chat, napakarami na naming group.
Try the newest, cheapest, and fastest delivery na express service. Introducing Moto Express PH. You can now leave your shopping and delivery needs with us without much exposure and interaction to people outside. Mapa-grocery items, medicines, foods, and other essentials and halal certified products, kami na ang mamimili at maghahatid sa'yo. Sinisigurado na ligtas, in good and quality condition ang mga pabili o orders sa delivery service na iyong i-avail. Para sa maayos at mabilis na delivery at order mo, ipamoto mo na. Download Moto Express PH app through Google Play that is built to deliver beyond your expectation. Tara na dito sa Moto Express. Dahil moto mo to.
Oh, hi, Patsoy! Good afternoon, world! Welcome to OFW Celebrity Online Service TV. I'm Bart Abaya. And welcome natin ang mga Chinese, Filipino-Chinese here in the Philippines and all over the world. May sarili silang calendar kasi, kaya ngayon sabi nila, ano ba itong, may Chinese New Year pala. So, yan. Today is their New Year. Kaya holiday, pag pumunta ka sa mga bangko na Chinese, ang mga may-ari, sarado. Oo. Yan. Galing kasi ako sa mall, umikot. Yeah. Ganun naman. Siyempre, respect to other principle at saka belief. Pero ngayon, nandito tayo sa ating show. It's past 4 p.m. Okay? Kasi alam mo naman, nalilito tayo worldwide. 3 milyon yung mga OFW natin. Ngayon, let's welcome my co-host, DJ Carl. Good afternoon, DJ. Congratulate ko lang yan kasi nagkaroon ng pilot episode yan, nag-testing noong nakaraang araw, yung morning show about hugot. Marami siyang kinausap about love life. Di ba, DJ? DJ, bumati ka naman, DJ. Direct from Quezon Province. Kaya ganyan ang ano natin. DJ? Yeah, mahina internet. I hope yung ano. Anyway, umpisahan ko na habang nagdalag ata to si DJ. Let's welcome our main guest, special guest. And later on, mamaya, meron pa tayong ipipresent na about logistic. Meron daw business about sports. Business in sports. So, tignan natin kung ano yung meron dyan sa the business of sports. Hello, DJ Carr, are you there already? Nakahangka? Anyway, yun, talagang ganun. Ako talaga, sabi nga nila pag wala ka ngayong internet, you're dead. Di ba? Lalo kung mahina. Yan na lang ang investment mo. Wala namang 2,000 yan Di ba? Kaysa tumataya-taya ka sa mga kung ano-ano, di ba? Tsaka yung expenses mo. Ang pinaka number 1, bukod sa ilaw, tubig ngayon, the internet connection line, kailangan powerful. Yan, ang ano, kasi kundi wala ka na negosyo, everything na gagawin mo ngayon is online. Kahit makipag-chismisan ka, pag mahina internet mo, wala rin. So, hindi mo marinig yung latest chismis. Lalo na sa negosyo, di ba? Kailangan chismosa ka rin, di ba? Paano kung may kino-close kang deal? Lalo na ngayon tong show natin. Worldwide, kailangan nakikita tayo. Pero, i-welcome na natin, yung ating special guest for today, para marinig natin yung the business in sports. Let's welcome, future, meron dito yung Sports Talk 24/7 every Saturday, 12 noon to 1. Abangan niyo yan, ha? Ito, talagang magaling to. Inahangaan ko to. Let's welcome Brother Lee Soriano.
Yes, yeah, Ismael, good afternoon to you and to all your 3 million followers. Uh, parang ako'y na-overwhelmed sa figures na yan. Pero
OFW.
pero
Actually,
totoo naman yan Yes.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Actually, Lee, ang OFW is average 3 million. Nasa, ano yan, statistic.
Yeah.
Pero ang ating viewership, at saka based do sa connection natin ng collaboration with other network. Thank you do sa Bounce Back Network, nakikita nyo dyan, and Market Social, and other collaborated pages sa Global Pinas TV. Na-reach natin yung 20 million reach. Then after that, hopefully, maumpisa natin yung, alam mo naman, may e-sports na mangyayari, no? So tayo rin ang medyo gagawa ng event doon. They have, ang daming addict, ibang addict to, addict sa, yung mga Mobile Legends sports. And sa yung Pilipinas daw, 30 million ang addict dyan. Worldwide, it's about 200 million. O imagine mo yon, babahain tayo ng viewer. So viewership lang, wala na tayong problema. Ang problema nila natin, Brother Lee, is the internet. Kasi talo tayo sa ibang bansa, 5G na sila eh.
Yeah, actually kung madagdag ko lang sa sinasabi mo, no? Nung araw kasi yung pag-promote ng mga events and products natin were limited to strictly traditional marketing and word of mouth. Yeah. But since we now have the internet and social media, yung lalo na sa spread yung message, if you have a really, really good message transmitted through a signal with integrity, very, very powerful, sir.
Yes, I know. Alam mo naman, Brother Lee, in-invite kita dito kasi gusto ko marinig yung golden voice mo eh. Yan ang number 1 eh, di ba? Alam mo, para talagang bagay na bagay sa sports writer, anchor eh. Balita mo nga kami mga viewer dito, ano? Ano ba yung business in sport? At saka, kailan ka ba nag-umpisa dyan? Ano ba si Brother Lee Soriano? Gusto nila malaman eh. Kasi bukod sa golden voice mo na galing kung saan langit ba yan o banga, ang ganda ng modulation eh.
Actually, ano yan eh, namamahos ako ngayon eh. Medyo nag-overtime ako. No, before I started off, well, to just to siguro give everybody a background about me. When I started off, you would not get me to speak one sentence. I was very, very shy. Most of us start that way eh.
Oh yes, ako rin shy type ako nung araw.
I went to schools. Very, very shy. I started off in schools na bawal managalog. You could only speak English. Okay. So nahasa na yun. And puro yung mga English professors, linguistics professors pa. So hindi sapat yung you say a word in English. Okay na yun. You have to say it the right way. Tapos ang katerbang talumpati, mga ganon, i-recite mo yung speeches ng mga world leaders with the right accent. So, that too. You start off...
British accent ba yun? Brother Lee, British accent? Kailangan?
May halo. Like for example, Winston Churchill, na dumugo ilong ko noon the first time eh. No, but naniniwala kasi ako, and I think this is something that applies not just to broadcast, no, but to anything else. You must start them off when they're young. Hindi pwedeng pag lumaki na sila, doon mo sila introduce to something. Introduce it to them bata pa lang. Any kind of skill, any kind of learning, bata pa lang. It will help them. Kasi
parang China.
Sabi nga nila,
parang Chinese New Year yan. Sa China, ganun daw, bata pa lang. Tama ba yun, Lee? Anyway, 1 billion sila to, kaya madali sila mamili.
Wag lang idaan sa persahan. Hindi, pero Tapos somehow I got involved in broadcast in the late 70s kasi I was
Okay.
varsity basketball in college. I also wanted to be a DJ before. Para sa mga kabataan nung araw, pag sinabi mong radio personality ka, tawag siya disc jockey or DJ. Now they don't call it that
Yes,
anymore
yes.
eh.
Uh,
Anchor ka na ngayon eh. Sabi nga nung station manager, you're too young. You cannot focus on your studies and become a DJ or a rock jock as we used to call it. No? Kasi that was the old DZRJ pa. Ang sabi sa akin, if you want, come over every Monday to Friday and just read the news, the noontime news. Walang pera, babayaran ka lang ng yung isang malaking hamburger at saka isang malaking boteng Coke. So for 1 year,
barter, ex-deal.
Ex-deal. Yun ang unang exposure ko sa ex-deal. Excuse me. So, what did I know? I mean, busog ako eh. Okay lang, tapos bibigyan ka ng jacket. At that time, they were the #1 radio station. So, when you would go to the campus pa, sikat ka. Sabihin ng mga kolehiyala, you're a DJ? Ganun. Pakibati mo naman ako sa station. Hindi naman nila alam, hindi ako pwede mag-on board. Then I got into advertising, which is again another springboard for communications. So you really had to learn how to relate to people. So I've actually been in advertising, PR, media, events management for close to 40 years. Most of my contemporaries have either retired or are 6 feet below the ground. So, malaki ang pasasalamat ko sa yung mga nangyari sa akin, whether nasadya o hindi. Sabi nga natin, giginuhit sa tadhana. Diba? So, there we go. Now, we started off in the last few years as a businessman, consultant.
Okay.
You get exposed to different industries naman. So, hindi ka nakatali sa hindi nakaipit ka sa isang container lang. So you learn about different industries, different cultures, different management styles, and I'm used to dealing with foreigners. At night I work with a BPO. I speak to Americans. Usually ang kanisyaw sa akin ako yung US American kasi when I answer the phone, it's American accent, di ba?
Yes.
Hindi yung pilita, it comes natural. Because what's important is not just to know how to speak English properly, but also how to understand the way they say it, what do they mean? Kasi whatever you read in books doesn't always follow. That's why we teach people, manood kayo ng mga American movies. That's the only way you will learn. So you want to watch movies with Tom Hanks. You want to watch movies with Robert De Niro. The classic actors. That's your best education nowadays for English. So here we are. We got to meet and eto, nandito na ako.
Ano ba? Dahil varsity player ka, pero minsan iba nagko-coaching, pero ikaw naging sports writer, gano'n, tama ba ang ano ko?
Yeah, I was in varsity for so many years, from high school all the way to college, and then I started coaching also. I was still a very active player until the early part of last year, until tumama yung pandemic. The pandemic can do a lot of things to you. You cannot play. For an athlete, for you to stop can be very, how would I say it? Can be very damaging to your health. So I just decided, medyo, let's shift to something. I've been writing before. I've been writing before. I've been ghostwriting PR articles. I used to write for politicians. I used to write for sports columns. Um, I would host also sports events.
Mhm.
Anything actually, anything. I never turn
Mhm.
things down.
Hmm. Brother Lee, alam mo, yung sports columnist, sports writer, sports reporter, glamorous yan eh. Parang hindi lahat pumupunta dyan. Selected lang mga, pero madalas yung mga nandyan, nagiging popular. Bakit ganon? Mahirap bang
Kasi
pumasok dyan sa industry mo at sports writer, sports columnist, sports reporter, parang, di ba, parang ah, popular pero parang bibihira. Anong meron at
kasi
ganun ng nangyayari?
ano yan eh, sabi nga nila, many are attempt but very few are chosen. No? I mean, sabihin natin
Oh,
for every 10 very talented people who can write, who can speak,
okay.
and who look good and who look good, very few actually last. Why is that? You have to have a lot of
Uh-huh.
patience. It's not an 8 to 5.
Okay.
It's not an 8 to 5 job. So
Okay.
you go according to whatever directions you receive from your boss. Go cover this. Go cover that. Doesn't
Mhm.
necessarily mean Metro Manila ang beat mo. It doesn't necessarily mean um, umaga, daytime ang ano mo, ang
Mhm.
trabaho. Sometimes you have to go see the guy in the evening, late in the
Mhm.
evening. So it's a very challenging job. I'm
Mhm.
not going to comment on how well it pays. It depends. Depende kung
Mhm.
anong, sabihin natin kung anong stasyon mo, kung anong dyaryo ka, anong whatever whoever you work for. There's
Mhm.
also, of course, something that we refer to as sports PR. If you want to write for some athlete or some sports team and make them look good in your articles, medyo sabihin na lang natin there's something on the side. Pero of course, these are things that are always whispered about but never really brought into the open.
Mhm. Yeah. So 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 entrepreneur din ang maging sports
Yun,
writer pala. No. Is
yeah,
that a
yeah.
freelance job?
Sabihin
Freelance job?
natin,
Is a freelance job?
yes, there are those that do it freelance. Like in my case, I do it freelance. I'm not connected with any specific
Mhm.
media entity. The years that I would
Mhm.
show up on TV stations and radio stations, these were all purely out of friendship with the hosts. That's how it all started.
Mhm.
I was
Mhm.
doing that for like 4, maybe 5 years. We were supporting different sports: bodybuilding, basketball, dodgeball,
Mhm.
soccer. Arm wrestling was also one of them. Paano minsan
Okay.
eh,
Uh-huh.
remember, sabi mo nga, it's a business, it's entrepreneurial. So ikaw ang
Yes.
parang representative for a
Uh-huh.
certain sport. You're like the
Mhm. Brother Lee,
spokesperson. For example,
sa
for arm wrestling,
sports,
where
hindi ko alam kung
they
paano
used to just
nagiging
hold their
scoop, di ba sa mga reporter, news reporter, police reporter, para bang ang scoop nila may pinatay, may hinuli, mayroong controversial na kung mga ano, di ba? Meron din mga movie writer, reporter, controversial na ano,
yes.
artista, kung mga news reporter naman, siyempre yung scoop, di ba? Pwedeng ang presidente ng Pilipinas, senador, di ba? O kaya kung mga police reporter, may pinatay, may hinold up, may kinidnap. Sa sports, what makes a sports writer controversial and scoop, popular? Anong tingin mong hinahanap ng isang
You
sports writer na magkiklik sa masa,
okay?
babasahin o pakikinggan?
Okay, popularity and controversy in a way I would say go hand in hand, no.
Okay.
Sometimes you voice out your opinion. You're asked an opinion, whether it is popular with the masses or not. Like for
Mm.
example, in my case, I guested on a show and I was asked, if you remember, si Manny Pacquiao had this fight with this guy from Australia and he
Yes, yung
lost.
natulog. Ay, hindi, British pala yun.
Si no, Australia, si Ricky Hatton yun. He was in his prime at that time. This guy was his name was Jeff Horn. I watched the fight right from the start to the finish. I did my own scoring, you following the scorecard system. And I knew by the 8th round, kung hindi babanata ni Manny Pacquiao ito, talo to. Nakabawi siya nung 9th and 10th round. Talagang binugbog niya. But then you know how it is, di ba? It's hard to catch up. It's very hard to catch up. So by after the 10th round, sabihin na natin siguro kinapos na. It was too late. So he lost. I was asked for an opinion, and I said, to be honest, he did lose. Now, of course, here in the Philippines, we are very rabid Pacquiao followers. Even me. I mean, Filipino yan eh.
Matalo, manalo.
So we take pride in our very own. Matalo, yun na nga. So sinabi ko, he lost, to be honest. Before I lalo na. So pinutakti ako ng mga comments na hindi daw ako Pilipino, hindi ako patriotic. Sabi ko, whenever I do a review, I do not look at who's up there. What's important to me is I look at the fight or the event as is. Or even the like PBA games, the NBA games. Ibang one favorite topic we often have is who is the greatest of all time. Pagdating sa NBA, Michael Jordan ba, di ba? Sabi ko, no. There's no such thing. Why?
Kasi si Jerry West.
Sabi ko, this thing. Not even. No, the problem kasi with sports marketing, ito naman, this is another thing. Sports marketing. In the NBA,
meron pala nun Lee, sports marketing Kala ko business marketing lang.
Oh yeah. That used to be, I don't know if up to now that's still a course in college, sports management. Okay. I don't know if they still have
journalism?
No, not in journalism. It's not a journalism course. It's sports management. In a way, you could say it's like events management also.
Okay.
Back in
segmented, only segmented.
So if I may continue. So back in 1946 when they started the NBA, they only started off, wala pang 10 teams yan. Tsaka hindi talaga pinupuntahan ng mga tao. Yung basketball was not really that popular in the US. It was still baseball and football.
Rugby.
NFL. And no, not even. Rugby was not a popular sport. Rugby was very popular in Australia. So, yung wala sila masyadong following. So the leaders of the NBA noon, kasi the only way you could bring in a crowd was kailangan may konting controversy, konting drama. So they built up the rivalry between, if these names are familiar to you, sila Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain, yung dalawang malalaking player ng NBA noon.
Chamberlain,
so they built that rivalry. Deserving naman because both guys were talagang ang galing. So they actually helped the NBA to survive those years. Now, nung pagpasok nila nung Commissioner David Stern, a few years later, he decided to his credit, he expanded the league. So from 9 or 10 teams, you now have so many teams. You have
every state,
more than 20 teams, almost every state, and some let's say you have the Toronto Raptors, which is not an American team. So they were planning at one time. Yeah, they were planning at one time to expand the league to China, but it did not happen. May konting controversy. But yun na nga eh, the international market now for the NBA is so strong, and they're bringing in the players from Europe to play in the United States. So if you look at the league now, you will be surprised to see that the names of some of the players you cannot even pronounce.
Yeah, may Russian, may Chinese, di ba? Chinese, ano?
Yung guy, they have this 7'3" guy, si Bojan Bogdanovic. They used to be before, hirap na hirap ka mag-pronounce ng Dirk Nowitzki. Diba? Or si Porzingis. I every time before I was asked about the guy, I would not even pronounce his name. I just say he's 7'5". Ganun lang yun. No, so they expanded the league. But then, in the era of Michael Jordan, kasi ang lakas ng pag-market sa kanya. So, yung with the advancement of media and technology, they made him the face of the NBA for so many years. So, it became to that point na siya ngayon ang sinasabihang greatest of all time. Now you have a guy like LeBron James, who at this point, he's 38 years old. I think he's almost 20 years in the league. Pero wala pa major injuries, and his play, the quality of his game, has not changed. Imagine mo at 38 years old, you're averaging 25 points, almost 10 rebounds a game, almost 7 assists a game. And the way the game is played now, na wala masyadong pisikalan, puro tira sa labas, takbuhan, you're going to last. He'll probably be around until the age of 42, 43. So chances are, he's really going to end his career as natin the career leader in so many statistical categories. Now, they're saying he'll be the greatest of all time. Yan ang tanong sa akin. Sabi ko, he'll be the career leader, but not the greatest of all time. So bakit naman? Ang galing ni LeBron, ang galing ni Jordan. Ang sinasabi ko, that's not how I measure it. Yung impact mo on the league. But then the thing is, kasi there were so many players before. Ang galing, but without lack of proper media, yung na-overlook sila. So in short, the way I would look at it is this. The greatest of your era, to be fair to everybody, you like Jerry West.
Yeah.
But he would not. He's what? He's 70 something years old. Alangan man ipa one-on-one mo kay LeBron yan. That's not fair, di ba? Correct?
At saka ibang
not fair. So
sports 20 years ago, Brother Lee, di ba? Parang iba ibang dating, iba. Mas scientific ngayon ang physical training.
Oh, like you're talking about, for example, chess. May lumapit sa akin, nagpapasponsor na kanyang chess tournament, Canadian group. Then I said, present it to me. I realized it wasn't your traditional chess. Parang e-games, e-sports na chess. Sabi ko, ano to? And I used to be, dati akong chess player. Ako, very competitive. Nung nakita ko, ano ito? Yung pag-develop ng sports, sir, kulang na lang. At inaantay ko na somebody will think of elevating yung mga traditional sports, yung mga Holland, yung mga nilalaro natin ng araw. May mag-iisip niyan yung babalik yan. Sabi ko, so G decides to put that together. Yung larong bata. You can do anything nowadays.
Yes.
Great, yung sabi
nga
creativity.
Walang physical. You can pwede ang kalaban mo nasa ibang bansa kasi electronic online.
Yun ang totoo. Yung sabi nga natin sa esports, 'di ba? Kausap ko yung president ng yung federation na si attorney, his last name now. 34 million Filipinos cannot be wrong. Diba? Walang sakitan, kahit hindi kayo magkita. Pero it keeps you busy. Whether it's just
Uh-huh.
ordinary Candy Crush or yung talagang series na Mobile Legends. That's 34 million Filipinos. No
Yes,
wonder.
yes.
Nung araw hindi ko siniseryoso yan eh. Until one of my classmates told me, "Oh, my two sons are participating in tournaments. Ang laki na kinikita nila." Ako naman yung, ha? Talaga? Umattend ako ng isang Dota tournament dati sa Makati. Sabi ko, parang ayoko maniwala. Nakita ko, sabi ko, wow. Sabi ko, it's a little too late for me to join this, pero sige lang. Medyo, let's just
Pwede pa,
appreciate
pwede
it.
pa rin. Pwede pa, Lee, as
Oo.
marketing. Sa marketing side, wag ka na yung maglaro.
Actually, ganun na nangyayari. Being approached na to help with the marketing. Even
Yes.
your what do you call that? Boxing has also evolved in a big way. They're now using also
Yes.
social media to promote their fighters and their fights. Even MMA relies heavily also on social media. I get a lot of notices. Some people say wala na yung email marketing. Sabi ko no. Dami pa rin. You get a lot of messages. The only difference really is the quality of the message. Kung minsan yung parang spam lang eh. Pero pag medyo ginandahan mo yung graphics, ginandahan mo yung messages mo, I will read it. I mean, I will always look at whatever message you send to me kasi syempre, you mine the data for things that you can possibly use. And then of course, there's out of home. Nung araw, yung puro nakatarpaulin lang yan.
No, billboard.
Kung saan-saan ngayon, it's electronic. Ang nakikita ko dyan, eventually, sir, it's not just you going to be posting an ad. It's not just that. It's campaigns na talaga, full-blown campaigns, integrated with events, integrated with retail, integrated with, what we call that, online. Pero ang pinaka-base mo dyan will be the out of home. So going back to what I remember back in the 70s when I was just starting out, parang napapapikit ako, niisip ko, wow, ang layo na ng narating ko. Di ba? Grabe.
At saka ngayon, talagang more on video. Hindi, more in video, not on the yung static di ba? Video na ngayon, pag static, nung araw kasi static di ba? Yung tarpaulin static. Ay ngayon full color at saka para ka ng talagang video na, di ba? You listen, you watch, di ba? Then doon na sinisingit lahat yung mga ini-integrate na nila lahat ang gusto nilang ilagay doon with that video.
Yeah.
Video marketing.
That's correct. Diba? And with the traffic. Yeah. And with the traffic situation, it was before the pandemic. Diba? Nakababad ka sa traffic. Ganon. Eventually, I see a further evolution in out of home. Maybe it won't be just your billboard by the roadside. It might be something else also. They used to have, there was a cigarette company, I won't mention who they are, kasi bawal yun. They stopped advertising on those big billboards. What they did, they purchased space near the villages. Nagtayo sila, yung mga maliliit na signboards, nakalagay doon, come to where the flavor is, come to whatever country. Yung as close to the residential areas as possible, tapos pinihisa nila ang mga sari-sari store. O di, paglabas mo ng bahay, kita mo, kung ikaw, let's say driver ka, kailangan mo bumili ng sigarilyo, pagdating mo dun sa tindahan, fully merchandise ka. At tinuruan na yung tindera, pag nagtanong ng sigarilyo, may push. May tawag kami dyan push brand. Gusto nyo ng yung pula o yung green? So, yung mga dating, di ba? Kaya in a way, natulak sa merkado, yung mga, remember the old brands, yung nare-reveal yung mga edad natin, yung mga bataang matamis, yung mga ganun.
Johnny De Leon.
Pero nung araw, yun ang sikat. Ngayon, wala na.
Wala
Wala
na.
na.
Oo. Oh.
See? Yeah, that's what marketing,
Saka
that's
may
what
champion pa
marketing
ba
will
ngayon?
do.
Champion, meron pa.
Meron pa. Meron pa.
Dati, mura kasi mura. Di ba?
Oo. Di ba? Yung sabi nga, yung ano pa yung brand na yan, boss.
Oo, boss.
Di ba?
Meron pa.
Yung kuminsan yung kami mga sa advertising, pag pinakikinggan mo yung mga jingle, yung parang sabi namin, ang baduy naman yan pare. Pero na-realize mo, hindi yan. Yung baduy na jingle na yan, yung palang gustong pakinggan ng tao.
Yes,
Diba?
bisa kasi hindi kailangan na isipin mo ikaw tignan mo yung tao, yung response Lalo na yung masa, di ba? Nakita mo, sa pelikula Di ba?
Yeah, tama yun. Yung sinasabi nga ng iba, pare, kaya you don't appreciate it kasi hindi ikaw yung market. So, yung sabi nga natin, to be a good marketing man, you've got to be very open-minded. Why are they promoting this? Why are they all of a sudden promoting these Korean boy bands? Di ba?
Yes.
Ibang nakakaasiwa pag tinitingnan mo, pero kaliwat kanan sila dito. Ibang bakit? Because also, this was planned before pa, because remember, when they brought in the Korean telenovelas, the thinking was also that there was a growing Korean community in the country. And then, of course, yung mga kabataan natin would always try to look for something different. And naka-dub in English or in Tagalog, syempre, yung sinasakyan, eventually, ito na, comes in your Korean stores, your Korean boy bands. Pag nag-concert, 10,000 pesos per ticket. Ganun. Napupuno naman.
Oo.
When you look at
maraming umiyak na bata pag hindi nakapanood noon. Kasi, ang Korean, kasi, mga band at saka mga artists, sila yung artistic. Parang the hair, the dress, parang yung fashion stylish. Di ba? Yun ang hinahabol din ng bata.
That's correct actually. So even the strategies now, hindi na siya, even for sports marketing, for brand marketing, hindi na yung, sige, gawa tayo ng radio at TV or print ad, labas natin. Nung araw, that was okay. You ran about maybe 2-3 months worth of your campaign. Then tignan mo sa tindahan kung bebenta. Or let's say, you want to promote your sports league. Let's say, the Marikina Basketball Association. Sige, paskil ako dyan sa labas ng gym natin na Marikina Basketball League, here's the schedule. Okay lang yan nung araw. Sabi nga nila, build it and they will come. They build on support campaigns in support of your main campaign. And then sometimes there's also what we call personality selling. So gagamit silang yun. Yung the favorite word ng araw was endorsers, celebrities, ambassadors. Kaya nung araw even sa sports league, even in the PBA, kaya naging sikat yan sila Alvin Patrimonio, sila Junmar Fajardo kasi they were part of the marketing campaigns of the brands of their respective teams. So kailangan lumabas ka sa commercial. Kailangan magpakita ka in public sa mga TV shows. Kasi dala mo
endorser
yung you are the brand, you represent the brand. Kaya napaka-important. This is one thing I have to also bring out. When you bring in an endorser, you must make sure your endorser behaves. Yung magkano ka ng endorser, pero nananakit sa loob ng court, nagmumura, hindi pwede yan. And in sports,
kailangan may attitude. Yung attitude din at saka yung behavior
Pero may flip side yung attitude na yan. Kung minsan, yung medyo tirador, yun pa ang gusto ng tao. Yung nananakit sa court.
Lumayo. Si Big J, diyan kilala.
Yun pa ang gusto ng tao. May ganon.
Di ba si Big J, diyan sumikat, tsaka yung mga sila distrito noon.
Diba? The guys, sabi nga nila,
Even
the
in
guys you
boxing,
love to hate.
even in boxing, di ba? Ito si Mike Tyson, di ba? May attitude problem yan, di ba?
Yeah, he was one of the original. When he started off, he really
Bad
was a
boy,
bad
bad
boy
boy.
already.
Oh,
Ano yun, product of a
hindi na
broken home
marete.
yan eh.
Oo.
Yung may umampon sa kanya, nag-train sa kanya para naging father figure. Tinuruan siya yung mga skills. Nga lang, the sad part about the story was, yung father figure niya died. So, syempre, kung wala na nagko-control sa pag-iisip mo, your mind tends to go in different direction. So, when you become that successful in sports, with all that money and fame coming in, anything is available to you. And I think you know what I mean, di ba? So you tend to
Yes,
abuse
yes.
it. Sometimes
Yes.
sabi nga natin
Maraming
yung huli.
naubos ang pera din, no? They die, hindi naman patay pa. Ibig sabihin, most of the popular, famous athlete, di ba, end up pauper, di ba? Talagang
Yeah.
penniless. Stupid. Oo.
Oh, like for example, in the NBA, what would you do? For example, if you were the one that was chosen number one draft pick, and you would be told, Ismael, I'll sign a 5-year contract with me. You will be the star of the team. You will get in 5 years $200 million. Whereas before, puro hotdog lang kinakain mo. What will you do? Parang medyo culture shock ka. And then syempre, with
Yeah.
all that money comes in, yung mga so-called friends. Pare, with all that money, you can now afford to live comfortably. Bili tayo ng mga 10 pink Cadillac. Nangyari na yan kay I think, I'm not quite sure if Scottie Pippen, yung tandem ni Jordan, somebody convinced him to buy a jet. He didn't even know how to fly. And he never used it.
Expensive yun to maintain, not only to fly. Maintenance lang nun. Hangar lang. At saka yung maintenance ng sa Australia.
That's correct. So it came to a point na parang yung, naging obsolescence ang tawag natin dyan, because he wasn't using it, he wasn't making any money out of it. It affected his finances. There was also a player before ng Boston Celtics, I think Charles Walker or something. What he did with his salary, part of it, he used to buy pink Cadillacs. Anong gagawin mo dun?
Yeah.
Diba? The one who was...
Anyway, Brother Lee, talking about technology na discuss po, ito masasyak ka, Masasya ka, Brother Lee. May guest tayo. You can ask question and you analyze also. Yes. Welcome natin yung Moto Express. They have this online mall.
Oh, yes.
Parang 3-in-1 sila, coffee, diba? So, pinagsama-sama nila lahat. Ano nakikita mo? Delivery, the e-commerce, where you can buy anything under the sun online and they will deliver it. You can pay it, whatever. Payment scheme, and there's also yung parang habal-habal na ginawa na ring business ngayon. Let's welcome Dom and his angel. Let's hear them, Brother Lee, about why, alam mo kasi ngayon maraming competition. What is Moto? Why Moto? Di ba? Who is Moto? Where is Moto? Diba? So they have to answer that because of the steep competition right now. Yes. Without this technology naman, hindi mabubuhay yung mga online sellers. Kasi everything in this world of new normal is online. Okay, Dom, take it away. Or Dom Angel.
Good afternoon po, Sir Lee and Sir Smile. Good afternoon po. Let me introduce po yung Moto Express po sa inyo. So, Moto Express is at your service. Ibig sabihin po, ang Moto Express po ay product by G Trillion Software System, OPC, which is owned by Sir Grifton. It is an own concierge and ride-hailing service company offering delivery of good qualities groceries and food and medical needs and booking service for taxis, private cars and motors. All in one super mobile app, first in the Philippines. So ito po ang mga services ng Moto Express, but may mga services po na hindi pa available for now, pero we have the concept of it, and soon po lahat ng services ng Moto Express magkakaroon na po. Una po ang Ride Moto. Ito po yung sinasabi po ni Sir Ismail na parang habal. Ito po yung booking ng mga motor.
Habal-habal sa probinsya.
Opo,
Yan.
parang ganun po. Pero ito po, you can use our application soon pag na-available na po ito sa Moto Express application. Second is the transport Moto. It's either pwede pong transport ng gamit or carrier po ng tao. And the next one po is the Food Moto.
Next.
Food Moto, ito po yung makikita po natin na sobrang lakas po ngayon. Ito po yung pwede po kayo dito umorder ng mga pagkain na kung ano man ang iniisip, yung kinikrave nyo po. You can search it sa aming Moto Express application na it's very easy and hassle-free kapag kasi pindot-pindot na lang, hindi na kayo lalabas ng bahay. At the same time, ang Moto Express rider na rin na magdi-deliver door-to-door po sa inyo. The next one is the Shop Moto, wherein ito naman po yung mga iba't ibang mga gamit like clothing, appliances, gadgets, cosmetics, everything po na pwede natin. Yes po. At dito rin naman po ginawa rin to po ito para sa sa convenience and comfortability po ng aming mga users and consumers po. The next one is the Delivery Moto, which is the pickup and delivery na service po ng Moto Express, which is ipipick up po kung saan nyo po ibinook at i-deliver po sa destination niya, point A to B po.
Okay, good.
And lastly po, our special service po, features po is the Halal Moto, which is the products are all halal certified, even our riders are halal certified, which means po na ang mismo po kahit po ang aming mga halal riders ay designated lang po sila mag-deliver, mag-pick up ng halal products para maiwasan po yung contamination ng product, para mas magiging maganda yung quality ng product na makukuha ng aming user or end consumers po.
Alhamdulillah.
The next one, ito po ang location ng aming office. We're located in Unit 3, Maryland, 1 Building Hill, Fernando Avenue, Midtown Subdivision, Barangay San Roque, Marikina City.
Okay.
Ms. Ree, for the next slide, please. Hello?
Next.
Miss Jasmine.
Nakashare ka ba, Dom? O ikaw, sino man nag-operate?
Yes po, ako po ang nag-operate. Parang nagkaroon po ng connection. Ayan, okay na po si Miss Jasmine.
Okay, continue.
So, good afternoon po. Dito sa Moto Express, pwede po tayo maging delivery partner or merchant partner. So, if gusto niyo po maging merchant, at the same time gusto din maging delivery partner, pwede po yan sa Moto Express.
Mm-hmm.
Delivery partner. So, paano po ba mag-inquire dito as delivery partner? So, meron po kayo Facebook page para po doon po kayo mag-apply and you can message us doon po sa application nyo. Sa delivery partner po namin, meron po kaming fixed delivery rate and we can exclusively of riders can be arranged. So, if kayo po yung merchant, pwede po namin kayo bigyan ng rider na sa inyo mismo magsaservisyo. Hindi na po kayo kailangan pang mag-book sa aming app. Idediretso na po namin sa inyo yung delivery namin. So dito sa Moto Express, hindi na po kailangan ng extra stop kasi bibigay na po namin sa inyo yung delivery rider.
Mm-hmm.
So, sa merchant partner po, you can use our app as your shop din po. So, dito, magkakaroon po kami ng free marketing exposure na pwede nyo po i-introduce ang inyong mga product dito sa aming online shop. Dito po sa delivery app namin, marami po kaming features. Kagaya po ng sinabi ni Sir Dom kanina, ng mga online shop, delivery shop, din po.
At ayun nga po, andito po tayo sa Why Choose Moto Express page. Unang-una po,
Yes.
we
Yan
are...
ang gusto ko masagot, sister. Kasi sa dami ng competition, bakit ako magpapalit ng app? Di ba naka-download na yung kulay green, yung kulay pink.
Yes,
Di ba, Brother Lee?
kasi po,
Yes, continue, tinaano lang.
yes po, dahil po sa Moto Express, unang-una po ay meron po kaming free registration and free din po ang pag-assist namin sa bawat merchant partners na gusto pong sumali at gusto pong makipag-partner sa aming business. And also, free orientation din po. Ma-orient po sila kung paano po gagana ang aming app. And also, tulad po na sinabi ni Miss Jasmine, free marketing services po. Lahat po ng nagiging products ng isang merchant partner na magiging partner po ng Moto Express ay lahat po magiging free po ang paglalagay po nila ng kanilang services and products po sa aming app. And also, lastly po, meron po kaming cheapest delivery rate. Meron po kaming 37 pesos na base rate na cheap po talaga, and also another 8 pesos per 2 kilometers po. Yun po.
Okay.
And lastly po, meron po kami 4 easy steps to be a merchant partner. Una-una po, mag-message lang po sila sa Facebook page ng Moto Express PH, and may mag-aaskas po sa kanila na home-based staff, and also may ibibigay po kami mga list of requirements na kailangan po nilang ipasa. And pagkatapos po na after po mag-go through lahat po ng application na sinend po nila sa amin, bibigyan po namin sila ng link para po sa application po, and makakapag-antay po sila para po sa date na orientation para kung paano po gagana ang Moto Express PH. Ganun lang po kadali ang pagiging merchant partner po namin.
Brother Lee, yung technology yan, Brother Lee, do you have questions na pwedeng iba sa kanila?
Actually, the concept is so basic, so simple, na it's very hard to hindi yan gagana eh. Gagana ito eh. Di ba? It serves a basic need ng Pilipino eh. Delivery, sir. Ano yan eh? I just have one question. Siguro, do you guarantee, let's say, offer a promo just in case hindi ma-deliver on time yung mga items?
Excuse
Do you
me.
have that?
Can you repeat po? Sorry po.
Nawala, Brother Lee. Repeat the question. Nawala yung sounds.
Naka-mute po kayo, Sir Lee po.
Mute, Brother Lee. Mute.
Ayan.
Yan.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, like I was saying, I like the concept. It's so basic. It's very easy to understand. So I don't think there's anybody who's going to nako-kontra sa inyo eh. In fact, you might end up having a lot of copycat competitors. You always have to stay several steps ahead of your competition, not just in terms of your marketing, your product mix, but also in the way you service your customers. In this day and age, yung cost satisfaction is very, very Can you hear me?
Yan po, okay na po. Kanina po nagkaroon yata po ng internet problem.
Yeah. So parang sabi nga nila it takes a greater effort to recover a lost customer kesa yung kumuha ka ng bagong customer. So yun.
Yes po, yes.
May question lang ako kanina. Do you have any like promo for just in case hindi makapag-deliver on time yung riders nyo?
What do you mean po, sir, na hindi po agad makapag-deliver? Yung parang
For,
as of
for whatever reason, let's say for food, hindi niya ma-deliver kagad. Do you promise like let's say 30 minutes?
Lunchtime, hindi na pag-lunch.
yes po, ano pa?
May
Can
ano
you-
ba kayo, commitment kayo to deliver? May commitment ba kayo to deliver let's say food at a certain time?
Yes
or
po, sir.
or you don't pay? So meron, good.
Yes po, sir.
Same day delivery sila, Brother Lee. Same day delivery.
Yes po,
But yung
as of
question
now
ni
po-
Brother Lee kasi, Dom, halimbawa, o-order ako pan-lunch, dumating ng dinner. Bakit ganun, di ba? Okay, napanis na yung food. Di ba, Brother Lee, napanis yung food.
Yes, sir. Lalo for
Ay,
example,
control
may
natin.
meeting ako.
Ah,
Okay po. As of now po, ang pinupush po namin ay ang food motto, which is na kapag nag-order po ang isang user, magpapapa po ito sa merchant app, which is dapat po ang merchant po namin ay naka-ready na po or easy na lang pong gawin na po yung food. So pagdating po ng rider namin, dire-diretso na lang po. So yung tanong po kunyari po magkaroon po ng problema kunyari po ang rider na kunyari po sabihin na nating na-flatan, na disgrasya, wag naman sana. Meron po kaming mga customer service parang rider service and customer service na pwede nilang kontakin. Kunyari po ang rider po ay na-flatan. Pwede niya may mga platform po kami na pwede niyang kontakin para kami po mismo kung magpapadala po kami ng another rider para kuhain yung product na yun at may deliver po sa customer. So may mga process po
So
kami.
may backup.
Yes po.
good.
Okay.
Kasi human factor yan, Brother Lee, no? Di ba? Sabi mo nga, kung may meeting ka,
Yes.
to serve them
Yeah.
coffee. Sabi mo, Starbucks, di ba? Mainit dapat.
Oo.
Yung driver, baka nagliwaliw, hindi dumating na on time, malamig na yung kape.
Oo nga. Oo nga. Di ba? Buti
Diba,
lang sana kung yung tipong lunch lang. Buti lang sana kung yung lunch lang natin yung Ismail. Paano kung you're serving foreign guests?
Oo, on time.
Naku, ang laking problema yan.
Yes.
Dom, di ba,
Kasi
check mo naman yung time na makakarating kasi di ba once you book the rider, may order ka, perishable goods, let's say food from the restaurant, di ba? Kakainin
Yes,
ng lunch. Alam mo, let's say, kasi may minimum na 2 kilometer, about 2 kilometer lang, less than 2 kilometer. Alam mo naman kung ilang minuto darating yun, di ba? May travel time yan.
Yes po.
So,
May
makakanta mo before 11 o'clock, dito na yung rider.
meron pong mga naka-monitor po dun sa application namin na wherein nakatingin lang po talaga sila sa mga rider kung saan sila na gumagalaw. Alam niyo po yung parang map, tas makikita niyo po yung mga rider. So kapag kunyari po nawala sa mapa, naligaw yung rider, pwede po na agad namin kontakin na sabihin namin parang out of the way ka, parang ganun po. So may mga backup po kami na kunyari magkaroon man ng ganung unfortunate scenarios, meron po kaming mga backup process na pwedeng gawin para sa end consumer po, sa customer pa rin namin. Siyempre po.
Good.
Yun. Question pa, Brother Lee? Yeah.
Well, so far none. Like I said earlier, maganda yung business model eh. Like I said, it's very basic. Hindi, and it's not confusing. And for someone like me, for example, I want to entertain, I want to serve food during a meeting. Simple lang. You just have to make the information accessible to your market. Diba? And that's where
Yes, po.
your social media, technology, your marketing, whether you call it traditional or non-traditional, that's where it will all come in. And meron kang if I may add something, siguro mag-develop din kayo ng parang mga influencers.
Yeah.
Yes po,
Actually, sige, sagot mo.
Actually po sir, as of now may mga ginagawa po kaming mga live streaming din po sa aming Facebook page na kung saan po ay nakikipag-interact ang aming mga staff. Di lang po nakikipag-interact. Sometimes we interview some of our merchants po, existing merchants, and we also do giveaway po para sa ating mga user naman and followers po.
At saka to add
Sounds
something, Brother Lee, meron na kaming game plan kasi maraming merchant, they will put their product, parang mall lang naman yan, nalagay sa istante or sa atin online mall. So, paano malalaman na may product ka doon, paano ma-influence, ma-seduce, ma-induce yung buying. So, one of the strategy na gagawin natin, magkakaroon tayo ng, traditionally sa TV, merong online, merong TV shopping. But now, since wala na tayong traditional TV masyadong nanonood, tsaka very expensive to do the live, the TV shopping, we will do it here. Kasi itong OFW Celebrity Online Sellers TV, ito yung concept natin na daily. Originally, talagang TV shopping to, pero online. Pero we will not do the presentation na masyado siyang video na lang na hindi interactive. It will be a live online TV shopping, interacting with the viewer, interacting with the merchant, selling live and alive on online TV. Papakita namin kung ano yung binibenta during the show.
Yeah.
Okay. Yan. Yun ang aming game plan initially para magkaroon nito. Naku, wala na tayong time, Brother Lee and Dom. Can you have your message to viewer para before we end the show? Bilis ang oras.
Maraming salamat po sa mga sumusuporta sa Moto Express PH at sa mga gusto pong sumali sa amin. Just send a message on our social media accounts, which is Facebook po, Moto Express at PH. And also, follow nyo po and like nyo po for more updates. Thank you po.
Thank you so much po.
Yeah. How about si Sister? Wala kang message to the viewer? Hello. Brother Lee, your message to the viewer and your friends all over the world.
My friends, okay. Thank you. Anyway, yes, thank you. Thank you for having me on the show. I really appreciate it. Sana pag natuloy na talaga itong ating sports talk show, marami akong masishare sa inyo ng mga magagandang kwento. Siguro may mga tips that we can also provide, and if you want to invite me, for on your business shows, I'll be more than happy to come over and provide my presence also. So thank you Ismael, and thanks to everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Moto Express team and Brother Lee Soriano. Soon, inaantay ko yung Sports Talk 24/7 dito sa Global Pinas TV 168. And thank you very much dito sa mga viewer natin, especially the OFW and the Konghai Patsoy, the Chinese community na nagse-celebrate ngayon. I'm Bart Abaya. Thank you. Good afternoon. See you next week again for this show.
Global Pinas TV 168, home of entrepreneurs.
Try the newest, cheapest, and fastest delivery na express service. Introducing Motor Express PH. You can now leave your shopping and delivery needs with us without much exposure and interaction to people outside. Mapa-grocery items, medicines, foods, and other essentials and halal certified products, kami na ang mamimili at maghahatid sa'yo. Sinisigurado na ligtas, in good and quality condition ang mga pabili o orders sa delivery service na iyong i-avail. Para sa maayos at mabilis na delivery at order mo, ipamoto mo na. Download Moto Express PH app through Google Play that is built to deliver beyond your expectation. Tara na dito sa Moto Express. Dahil moto mo to.